A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "The person who is trustworthy in very small matters is also trustworthy in great ones, and the person who is dishonest in very small matters is also dishonest in great ones. If, therefore, you are not trustworthy with dishonest wealth, who will trust you with true wealth? If you are not trustworthy with what belongs to another, who will give you what is yours? No servant can serve two masters. He will either hate one and love the other, or be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and mammon." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
In the Old Testament, we encounter a constant drumbeat towards justice. God is a just God, and the Creator calls for the people to practice justice in the land given to them. They're not to be like the Egyptians who oppressed them. They're to be better. In the book of Deuteronomy, Moses instructs the people before they enter the promised land how to live the kind of life God wishes for them. He states, "Justice. Justice alone shall you pursue, so that you may live and possess the land the Lord your God is giving you." You see, their ability to live and possess the land depends on their justice. But the story of the Israelites in the Promised Land is one of taking one step forward and two steps backward in their history and their march to salvation. In the first reading, the prophet Amos, we hear that they are cheating each other in their relentless pursuit of profit. So Amos saw the corruption and called the people out on it. But more importantly, God sees everything. And there will be tragic consequences for the people because the promise of the land requires that the people seek justice through prayer, through concern, discernment, and finally, obedience and action. As I preached last week, our obedience to God and godly virtues is a necessary part of discipleship. To be trustworthy and single-hearted in serving God in the context of our personal lives and relationships, to make a difference by placing God and God's justice first in our lives. And it begins by treating each other with common decency. You know, I've learned as a hospital chaplain and in pastoral situations that each person you encounter in the course of your day, each and every one is personally struggling with something you will never know because they won't tell you. They won't share that. Like your struggles that you keep within yourself between you and God. Everyone is struggling. Trust that. Let us give ourselves the courtesy of respecting each other's hidden challenges. And it need not be too hard. Be hospitable. Welcome everyone. Share your resources of time, talent, and treasure. Treat people with dignity. Care about people you don't know personally, and perhaps you do not agree with. And again, the spirit of synodality compels us to reach out to others and to listen to them respectfully. Our new Pope Leo will lead the church in continuing our synodality as a new mode for the modern church. Pope Leo XIV, he's spoken at length about the role of synodality in the life of the church in a newly released interview just a couple of days ago. He says that synodality is an attitude. It's a way of thinking, a willingness to understand another. And it means that every member of the church has a voice and a role to play through prayer, reflection, and through a process, and including listening especially to different points of view. You know, that part about loving our enemies must include listening to them. Perhaps some small patch of common ground can be found. Or perhaps even offering the gift of active, non-judgmental listening without any need to challenge or critique in itself could allow the grace of reconciliation and communio to enter and propel us forward. We have agency. We can act. We have a voice, and it's not just with our vocal cords, brothers and sisters. You know, a few weeks ago, the Archdiocese put out a call to help the people of Gaza, to contribute something to Catholic charities and to other aid organizations to assist these struggling people. You contributed, just from this Mass, over $1,800 to that cause. We sent that to the Archdiocese. Every parish in the Archdiocese put more on top of that. And as an entire people of God in the Archdiocese of Santa Fe, we made a difference. You take your $5 donation and add it up with the entire people of God, and it becomes power to make a difference. That's what I'm talking about in terms of seeking justice. Obedience must always lead to some kind of action, strong or subtle. Perhaps all we can do is contribute some symbolic amount as a sign of care, and when added together, it becomes a tidal wave. Like the Israelites, God calls us to practice justice and mercy here, in our land. May we keep walking forward and not backwards. Each step forward brings us closer to that Christian maturity which will shape you uniquely into the good and trustworthy servant that God dreams for you.